made evil Eren? The first contributor to his evil heart would be the brutal death of his own mother. Eren's mother, Carla, died right in front of him. The brutal scene of watching her own mother get devoured by a titan lit a fire of hatred within Eren for the titans. And that fire made Eren want to kill every single titan at a young age, which twisted Eren's heart and head to some degree at a very young age. But that's not the worst of them all, since this next one is the main reason why Eren turned from wanting to be a hero to being a villain, and that was learning what was beyond the walls. Eren always believed that the titans were the biggest threat to humanity. When he found out that there were other humans behind the walls and that these people despised the aliens, Eren was turned to rubble internally. The knowledge of this greatly disappointed Eren, even to the point of depression. But this wasn't the one that destroyed him to the point of insanity. The next one drove Eren's heart to the limit. It is what transformed Eren's heart from one being filled with love and hope to a heart oozing with numbness and darkness. It was the countless of deaths of Eren's friends and comrades. Witnessing his mother's death was traumatic enough, but seeing countless of allies die in front of him was a major factor in Eren's fall to darkness. Watching his comrades lose life one by one destroyed him. It made him feel helpless and responsible, being stabbed by guilt constantly for not being able to do anything to save them. The constant sight of people dying left and right distorted his heart and polluted his mind, which leads us to the key factor that officially broke Eren's mind. This was undeniably where the turning point all began for Eren. The transition from being idealistic Eren to cold-hearted evil Eren. And this was when Eren had a terrifying glimpse of the future. Since Historia has royal blood and Eren inherited the founding titan, he saw the future when he touched her hand. He tried multiple attempts to check if he could change fate and find a more peaceful solution. But having eyes for the past, present, and future made Eren feel like he was a slave to his own freedom. Hence why this final reason completes the entire formula as to why and how Eren became evil. It was because Eren lost his faith in finding a peaceful solution. The sad reality of Eren is that he really isn't truly evil. Eren's character is quite complex in the sense that he can be good to his friends and his people, but evil towards those who oppress the people he cares for, which is why people often label him more of as an anti-hero than a villain. That aside, the only way for Eren to ensure the freedom of his friends and his homeland was if he played the part of a villain that wiped out the rest of the world. That way his friends will be deemed as heroes from completely saving humanity from extinction, which would then result to the freedom of his friends and homeland. Eren was put in a situation in where he had to choose between the rest of the world or his homeland and his people. But due to the circumstances that he had to endure and the cruelty of the humans outside the walls that he was exposed to, all of this accumulated reasons resulted to Eren being dead set in choosing his homeland and his friends over the world. In conclusion, do you think Eren was evil because of his intentions? Comment down below if you think Eren is evil or not. As for me, yes, Eren became evil. We can't look over the fact that he killed innocent kids and babies who had nothing to do with the oppression of the people that he cared for. On the flip side of the coin though, Eren can also be viewed as someone who is willing to sacrifice himself for the greater good of his people and his friends. Is that trait evil? No! His intentions were good for his people, but his methods were cruel and evil towards his enemies. Genocide is by no means an acceptable method for achieving one's idea of peace. Eren's final conclusion was evil, there's no question about that. But as evil as it seems, through the tears that he sheds and the pain it inflicts upon himself, and the way he empathizes with his own soon-to-be victims, just pretty much shows you how aware and disgusted Eren is with himself. He's well aware that in choosing the path of evil, his sins will be unforgivable and unredeemable. evil. So much so that he feels that even in the afterlife, he himself is worthy of being sent to hell through the endless pool of blood that he himself caused. For Eren, it is only just that someone like him experiences endless sufferings through hell. As spectators, we are given different perspectives. Who is evil? Who is good? Who was oppressed? And who was just? A hero that started out as one who wanted to save humanity from extinction became a villain that wiped out 80% of the world's population, but seen as an anti-hero by his friends for choosing his home over the world who wanted their people's annihilation. Evil? Yes. Understandable? Definitely. Eren was unfortunately the monster that was created through the cycle of pain and hatred that was created and started by the true villain of the series, the 145th king of Eldia, Karl Fritz. Karl's thirst for power led to him trying to conquer the world through the power of Titans, via means of genocide and violence, which gave birth to this never-ending cycle of hatred. Eren's thirst for freedom led to him eradicating 80% of the world, again via means of genocide and violence, using the power of Titans to end the power of Titans, which ended the cycle of hatred just long enough for his friends to live out the rest of their lives. Attack on Titan highlighted the importance of having an open mind, that we should always seek to understand one another, because no radical solution will ever get rid of human conflict. It shows us the importance of humanism, of being kind and rational towards solving human problems, because if we don't, the clear picture was already painted to us through the course of history, using the blood of the victims of hatred. Violence begets violence, and hatred begets hatred. A world without any sense of humanity and human decency creates a cruel world filled with monsters in human shells inflicting brutality. Yo, thanks for making it to the end. Don't be a slave to freedom like Eren, and tap that like and subscribe button to show your support. It's free, and that would be cool. If you enjoyed this video, try checking out this link right here. Stay free and stay awesome.